Okay, it's now 7 o'clock. I'd like to call the meeting of the Huntington Township Board of Supervisors to order. This time we'll pledge allegiance to the flag. Thank you. Okay, first item is the approve the minutes. Been distributed. Oh, yeah. Okay, any public comments on the agenda item before we start the...
Thank you for the flags.
You're welcome. Sir?
Jim Waldron. On the agenda items, when it comes to addressing the agenda, can you get a little bit more than 3 minutes during when the discussion is?
We'll wait to that topic and see what the conversation is.
Okay.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, good. Thank you. Okay, first item is the approve the minutes from our May 8th meeting. Any questions or comments, gentlemen?
I make the motion, we accept the minutes as written.
Okay, it's been moved. Is there a second?
I'll second that motion.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes from the May 8th meeting. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I have a question.
Yes?
I'm going to be speaking about the April meeting minutes. I'd like to know, does Secretary Davis use a recorder, or does she use the live stream to prepare the draft minutes? You use that. At the April 10th meeting, was there an assertion of a Sunshine Act violation in reference to the hiring of a part-time CDL driver that was not listed on the agenda?
Is that a comment or a question?
It's a question.
Okay. I discussed this with Mr. Kim, and he said we do not have to put that in the minutes. We did note that you had a concern about that conversation.
And
we did not hire anybody, by the way. We made a motion to start exploring.
And that, therein lies a problem, okay? At the May BOS meeting, I requested a correction to the April 10th, 2025 minutes as to my assertion of a Sunshine Act violation. At the April 10th meeting, Roadmaster Chuck King, who's a brother of Supervisor Jeff King, requested, and this is a quote from my recording, approval to hire a part-time CDL driver, end quote. Vice Chair Geis made a motion that, quote, from the recording, we give the Roadmaster authority to hire a part-time CDL driver as needed, end quote. Chairman Boyer seconded and the motion carried. I asked why this subject was not on the agenda. Solicitor King allowed that motion to stand. He went through his regular muddling of the discussion.
Okay, I'm going to interrupt you right now, Marie.
What?
I am not going to tolerate your name calling and...
I'm not, when did I name call?
You're not being professional. If we're going to have a conversation...
I'm sorry, this is my time, could stop this. This is my time. I didn't interrupt your discussion when you were talking to me, so please, I have this written, I am trying to hold this to 3 minutes.
Well, you are going to hold it for 3 minutes because that's our policy.
Huh?
You are
Well,
going
not when it's on, no, that's the 3-minute public comment.
Okay.
This is discussing the minutes, and this is important. I asked why this, okay, during the second public comment period, I asserted a Sunshine Act violation based on the approved motion giving Roadmaster the authority to hire a part-time CDL driver as needed. I also asked you, Chair Boyer, if you were refusing to put my assertion in the minutes. You indicated, and this is on video and on your live stream, and remember this. No, you were not refusing, you were just trying to clarify the hiring. You 3 supervisors gave a blanket authority to a township employee to hire a part-time CDL driver as needed. As of today, that motion still stands. This township and the solicitor has copies of a 4-page parliamentary opinion. Let me go to this page. And Mr. Solicitor King, you have a copy, and so does the township, of Jonathan Jacobs' parliamentary opinion that is dated from a previous incident with the same issue, minutes not being properly worded. So in here it says, because of the expansion of the platform like YouTube, it is advisable to use the precise wording of what was asked in the minutes. Simply put, any member of the public may check the video and determine the accuracy of the minutes. It would reflect poorly on the Board of Supervisors for the minutes to contradict a publicly available recording of the meeting. He also states, this will ensure the accuracy of the minutes. So, his opinion. A, there is a publicly, and this is why these minutes, and I expect you to change these minutes, and if I have to drag my attorney in here once again, and a parliamentarian from Philadelphia, I will do it. And
That'd be my recommendation.
it is advisable to correct the minutes.
3 minutes are up.
Yeah, you're,
No, this is a discussion on minutes, and I get more than 3 minutes.
3 minutes is 3
There-
minutes, ma'am.
No, it does, not when you're discussing JVI or any of these things. Anyone can have the amount of time they need. And I am almost done, so please. There is a publicly available recording that shows that this was a question and it was answered. The minutes may be corrected by using the motion amend something previously. So, in looking at the minutes, Ms. Davis even has the motion incorrect. Perhaps you should tell her to have a little decorum and stop snickering. Roadmaster King said they will be doing some road projects, including base repair, and he would like approval to hire another part-time CDL to help with those projects. Mr. Geis, and this is where it's incorrect, Mr. Geis made a motion to give Roadmaster King the authority to begin looking to hire a part-time. That is incorrect. That's not on the recording. Marie DeGangi said it was not on the agenda. Solicitor King said it should be. It will be on the May 8th, 2025 agenda. There's nowhere on the recording where it indicated that. If you could show me, that would be great. But of course, it wasn't on the agenda for the next month. But I expect you to change this. So I'd like to know, though, is there a reason Supervisor Boyer, Geis, and King, Secretary Davis, and Solicitor Todd King of Salzman and Hughes not want the minutes to accurately reflect the motions and the proceedings of these township meetings?
thank you for your comment, ma'am.
I would like that answered.
I'm not going to answer that.
You're not going to answer it? You make yourselves all look corrupt.
I know what you think of us, and that's fine, but.
Well, I
thank you
think
for your-
it's shown on the videos and the live stream. So if you want my attorney in here, cost me more money. People, there's your click members
Ma'am,
that have.
ma'am,
Excuse me, excuse
Ma'am,
me.
You're done.
Excuse me.
You're done. You're way over your 3 minutes now.
I have another question, okay? A comment. Some of your click members have mentioned on social media, they wonder, oh, how much money am I costing right-to-know requests? And let me tell you something. I get the bills from him. They are going to be published online. And the only reason it costs money for this township is because you all try to hide things, and I'll be speaking at the next second public comment.
You will. Thank you. Approve the bill list for June 12th.
I have no comments about the bill list. All looks correct.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion to approve the bill list.
I'll make that motion.
So moved in second. All in favor, say aye.
Could you,
Do you have it, Scott? Give Betsy.
the bill
Just
list?
make some copies and give them to people.
It's usually on the,
Yeah.
thank you.
Okay, been moved in second, all in favor, say aye. Opposed, motion carries. Next item is the financial report for June 12th. I'm going to go through that. Pat, you have a copy of that? Did you give Scott a copy of that to put on? Just read through it.
Okay, the financial report for June 12, 2025. In the general fund, the total of the receipts was $88,479.78. The total expenditures were $55,108.38. That lets a balance in the general fund of $606,423.01. And in the state fund, well, there is no ARP anymore. In the state fund, the interest received was $23.91. No bills in the state fund, and the total balance in the state fund is $278,952.69. And as of today, the balance for all the accounts is $885,375.70.
Thank you. Any miscellaneous items?
Yes, actually, the county, Monday, the 16th, the GIS sites are going to be down from 8 o'clock till 12 o'clock.
We also received an email from the county that the planning department's going to have a public hearing. The county's reviewing their comp plan, their comprehensive plan for the county relative to some heritage sites. So they're having a public hearing on August the 6th at 9 a.m. during the normal county commissioner meeting. You can go online to look at what they're looking at, the changes, so just for information purposes. Okay. Any other miscellaneous items? Chuck?
What we did, we started our second mowing. We did some base repair on White Church Road, and then we blacktopped over the two culverts, Rolling Road and White Oak Road. When we replaced them, we got that blacktop down. And and Greenbrier should be completed next week sometime, towards the end of the week. So that's where we're at with that.
Okay. Supervisor's report. Anybody have any questions for Chuck? Anything for supervisors?
I have something.
Nothing. Scott, zoning officer report.
Mr. Waldron, this concerns you. On May 19th, I spoke with Mr. Bumpenmoyle of the Pennsylvania DEP Bureau of Air Quality regarding the EV mulch manufacturing site. He looked into the matter several months ago when Mr. Boyer investigated Mr. Waldron's complaint. Mr. Bumpenmoyle told me that since the manufacture of the mulch is intermittent, they are exempt from an air quality permit. No other mulch production business in this area has an air quality permit either. He stated that if a cloud of dust leaves the property of the business, a complaint can be filed with him. DEP has already issued a waste hauling permit for their mulch business.
Thank you.
Can I follow up with that? Thank you very much for reaching out. I saw your letter that you sent out to the DEP, Bumblemeyer, I believe. There's a couple things that I want to address on your question. First, I'm not a Karen. Kind of indicated that I'm a Karen complaining. Secondly, in that first email, you addressed him as a small mulch facility. With that said, there's nothing small about EB mulch. Thirdly, if you look at the DEP reports, the DEP with the water is questioning the soils and they're claiming compost. With that said, compost is a whole other animal than mulch. EB mulch is composting soils on that property with heavy equipment. The water runoff, the girl can't even tell what kind of dirt it is. The dirt reports that are coming out of that place are unknown. My point is, they're composting. Thank you very much. The sweet grasses are wonderful. I can breathe. But that facility is not a small mulch facility. They are composting items. And in the DEP water report, if you go through that, it says compost, 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 compost. And when it comes to compost, they need my permission to compost, and they need my neighbor's permission to compost. And if you understand compost, it's trash. As a child, I grew up next to a Superfund site, King of Prussia, and I know what poison is. And that fella is going out, bringing things back, and he's composting. He's not making mulch. It's not a little wood chipper that he's got. He's got tractor trailers, and then when the DEP comes in there to investigate, they're saying, what is this compost berm? They don't even know.
Okay. Excuse me.
That's, my point is, the ground, it's not wood chips that he's making, it's compost.
Mr. Aldrin, I think, as Mr. Longstreet said, he contacted DEP, the air quality, and they have a permit from DEP for waste hauling permit, correct? So they're the responsible parties to investigate. We contacted them, as you requested, to investigate that.
Okay, and the thing is, we need an ongoing investigation. In other words, since...
That ongoing would be by DEP, but not by the township. We do not regulate the water runoff of that property or the permit that they have for air quality.
But there's questions in the permit that they have. The question is, that remains, is in the water piece, the girl comes and talks about the water and she says compost materials. And then she has some kind of scientific name for the dirt. It's not dirt. My point is, they're making things that aren't mulch. That's my point. And the thing is, in the event that there's a business that comes into the community and starts grinding things up and making all kinds of pathogens, how do we, as a people, say, you know what, that's not the, if you go back to the business, they said mulch facility and retail facility. Well, they're not just mulching and they're not just retailing. That's my point.
Okay, thank you for your comment. Yes?
In my review of the EB file here at the township, on the conditional use that the supervisors gave them permission for the conditional use, they had, I believe it was 12 different conditions that had to be met. In that file, I didn't find any reports from Gus Vrindenvals whether anyone went out to check to see if those required items were actually ever done. Do you know why that would have not had a report in the file?
No, I do not. Okay. Scott, you have anything else on the zoning officer report?
No, that's all for today.
Engineer report, please.
As Chuck said about Greenbrier Road, the contractor is working on it again, and paving is to be done next week. He just has some cleanup to do. Myerstown Road, again, low bar site development was awarded the project, and construction there is to begin soon. Legal counsel already has the subdivision and land development ordinance draft, and they're still reviewing that. Current plans, JVI Group's land development plan. It was previously conditionally approved by you, the supervisors, about 3 months ago. They have now completed all the conditions that their approval was based on. And the reason it's up for reapproval is because a couple notes changed on the stormwater plan in accordance with DEP requirements.
Okay.
So that just needs to be reapproved later in the meeting.
Okay.
4J Farm plan was conditionally approved at the last meeting. It needs reapproved at the planning commission meeting because the notation was changed by the SEO.
Right.
Other than that, they're good to be approved. The EV clearing, Diller property land development plan, I've issued comments, and I've just received another submission today or yesterday. So I'm gonna review their resubmission and respond.
And this
to
is
their
the property
comments.
on Old Harrisburg Road?
Correct.
Thank you.
And board action's required by July 27th. I notified their engineer that they're gonna have to apply for, or request an extension of time at the next meeting. The Cronister Single Family and Garage Land Development Plan. That was a new project that I received about a month ago. I issued an initial comment letter, and I'm waiting for their resubmission. Board action is required by August 17th.
Thank you. Any questions for Scott?
With the Greenbrier, did the telephone company ever get out and do their thing?
No, but the contractor and I were out there Tuesday, and we excavated around the cable line, and it appears that it was further off the road than we thought. So they were able to complete the grading of that ditch, and they finished that up today.
Good.
Thank you.
Could you, what is an ADA review?
American Disabilities Act.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions? We're good, Scott?
No.
Any fire company reports?
I did not get any in.
Okay. We already talked about Greenbrier and Myerstown. The ADA review, doors have been widened. You're still waiting for the front door.
They called me, on Thursday, or Wednesday, sorry, Wednesday. They'll be here probably next week or beginning of the following week. The parts are in, when they're gonna schedule. They'll give me a call a day or so before they come.
Okay, thank you.
So,
Okay, thank you. Okay, the next item is discuss and award the cancel the tar and chip road projects. Looking at the cost of Greenbrier and the possible cost of Myerstown, we discussed and looked at our financial situation, and it may make sense not to do all the road projects we put out for bid. We don't want to drain all our funds. So we did advertise it. We don't have to accept it. We can make a decision and say we're not going to award the bids, correct?
Correct.
Okay. You guys have any comments or questions about that? I just think it'd be, I don't want to get in a situation we spend the money and then wish we didn't spend the money.
I'll make a motion that we do not do the bid projects for tar and chip this year.
Okay?
And I'll second that motion.
Okay, it's been moved in second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Yes, Marie?
How many roads were in the project that were supposed to be tarred and
It's
chipped?
3, Rolling Road,
Three.
Willow Lane, and,
Rio, White Church.
Just 3?
yep. Okay, next item is discuss and approve hiring of a part-time CDL driver.
I'll recuse myself
Okay?
because one person that applied happens to be my stepson.
Okay. We obviously talked about this, about hiring somebody for projects, and Chad, or our other employee will be out for a little bit due to a non-work related situation, so I think it makes a lot of sense we hire them. Paul, I think you know Luke?
Yes.
The gentleman who applied was Luke
Thompson.
Thompson.
I hired Luke Thompson as a teenager on my farm. He was a very good worker then. He has a full-time fire company job that he has total days off in between his service, and I would think that would be a very good fit for us. So I will make a motion that we hire Lucas Thompson to be a part-time CDL driver.
Okay, I will second that. Jets recuse himself. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Okay, new business, Adams County Conservation District Madison Lane mosquito and tick coordinator will be setting traps from May to October, so that's just notification. Discuss and approve the revisions to our fee schedule. Looking at our fee schedule, it's been a long time since they've been updated, and with the outsourcing of the building permits, we need to change the language on how we do that. Scott looked at them and I looked at them compared to other municipalities in the township, and our fees were certainly they were not comparable to what other townships were.
They are comparable or less.
Yes. So we're basically just adding the language, making some changes. I guess we have to make it adopt an ordinance to do that.
No, I think they were a resolution previously, so to amend them, you update it with a new resolution.
Okay. Have you guys seen them all? You want to review them before we make a decision?
I've looked at them and they look appropriate to me.
Okay.
And that's fine with me.
Okay.
What kind of fees?
For building permits, zoning permits, how much, when you apply for a building permit, it's so much per square footage for living and non-living.
And you want to increase them?
Some of them are increased, yes. Some of, we are like 1 cent is 1,000 square feet. Some municipalities are 20 cents. We're going to go to, I think, 3 and 6 if I go.
And the current fee schedule is more than 15 years old.
Right. So
Really?
it's time to make some changes. And certainly adding the language that the building inspectors, it'll be whatever their fees are instead of, it really didn't say that in the past fee schedule. So we need to adopt a resolution. How do we need to do this time?
Yeah, adopt the resolution, adopt the new fee schedule.
Okay, I'll make a motion, we adopt, for resolution, adopt a new fee schedule as submitted. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
It's been moved in second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. There's 2 reappointments necessary for the planning commission member. They are Roxy Sobel and Marlon Enzer. Any questions about that? Their term is up, so we need to reappoint them. They both are willing to serve. Sarah?
Cody Lear, 1847 Cranberry Road. Can't remember if I was here at the last meeting or not, but these reappointments, or any time that happens in the planning commission, is that advertised, or how would one know that a position is up for reappointment?
I'll defer to the planning commission guys.
Don't know.
They're not advertised.
We've never had anybody, in the past, we've had people come and say, hey, I'm interested in doing that kind of stuff, and if we do, we'll keep their name on the list. I don't recall we've had anybody recently do that, correct?
None that I know of.
Okay.
Is that something maybe we could look into?
We certainly could put that on the website, yes, no doubt.
Yeah, I think that would do a service. Maybe people
No.
interested in.
No, I agree. I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all.
Okay. So I'll entertain a motion to reappoint Roxy Sobel and Marlon Enzer.
I'll make that motion.
Is there a sec-
I'll second it.
It's been moved in second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Subdivisions of land development, Scott Barnhart requesting reapproval of land development. Mr. Barnhart.
I'm trying to be brief. You do have some plans in front of you. Scott let me know before the meeting, I need to give you an 18 by 24 to record.
Excuse me, can you speak up? You're talking to them and I can't hear, I have a disability. If you could speak up, please.
I'll try. So I need to bring an 18 by 24 by, you have every other size here. I'll do that probably Monday if I can, signed and sealed. That way, when everything's ultimately approved, I can take that plan over and get it recorded. I think he mentioned that we basically cleaned up everything else. I do have the O&M agreements that I notarized on my end. If you want these to sign, I'll take these over to the county and get these recorded also. So I can leave these with you when I come back with the 18 by 24, I can pick these up, take those over, and get recorded. We're here tonight, there were a couple changes that the district asked for on the PCSM and the ENS plans. It didn't have anything to do with the land development set. We made those changes, they're actually in yellow on your sheets there. You have to go back though to the PCSM plans and the ENS plans, and you'll see there are notes that needed. You want me to come up and I'll show you?
You want to help explain this, Scott?
I think
You got it?
okay. If you have a specific question, I'd be happy to answer for you.
In the sequence of
Okay.
construction
Right.
activities.
So if you look at this page, and then if you look back on ENS number 3, again, it's sequencing type things, just some cleanup stuff that the district wanted to
The
see.
conservation, the Adams County
Correct.
Conservation District requested these changes.
Right.
Okay.
So when we found this out, we asked Scott how we should go about. I think he asked Ted or somebody about what to do. Ted said, come back to the planning commission, which I do plan on doing that on the 23rd. I then asked Scott, hey, can I come tonight, knowing that it's cleanup stuff with the district? And if the planning commission is okay on the 23rd, which I assume they will be, it'll save me a couple weeks waiting until July 10th to come back for you again. So that's why I was here tonight. If you're okay with the plan and the planning commission is okay with the plan on the 23rd, at that point, I think then we'll be done.
Okay. So these changes are not any of our requests, it's the Conservation District's request.
Correct.
Okay. Okay.
My last review letter on February 20th recommended approval with 6 conditions. Condition 6 was does not apply anymore because of some of the changes they made with geotech. But conditions 1 through 5 have all been met, so all their conditions have been been met. And you're free to approve the plan as it is, contingent upon final review and approval of the planning commission.
Yeah, Tom Strife, I would just say it should be clear that the condition of the planning commission needs to be met when we meet. And generally speaking, this is okay because it doesn't change the land development plan.
Right.
But if it changes the land development plan, it has to come back to us
Understood.
first.
Right.
That's my
Agreed.
only point. But this doesn't, so a conditional approval like this saves everybody time and money,
Okay, so
including the township, by the way.
I'll entertain a motion that we approve the plan, the revised plan, contingent upon the planning commission's approval at their next meeting.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the revised plan contingent upon the planning commission's approval at their next meeting. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Call from Lancaster, PA.
Thank you. See the planning commission.
Call from Lancaster, PA.
Okay, OJ Farms, that's go back to the planning commission, correct? Based on the food enforcement officer's comments.
Yes.
Okay, so, and EV clearing, we have nothing to do till July 27th. We have to do action by that, so you sent a letter waiting for comments, we're waiting for them to get back to you, correct?
Correct.
Okay. There's no other subdivisions or land development. Okay, next item's the right to know request, May 8th of 25, Marie DeGangi, Salt and Use, April 25, bills, invoices, May 8th, Marie DeGangi, Share Design Group, April of 2025, invoices, May 8th, 2025, Marie DeGangi, right to know documents, files prior to their proposed destruction as noted by the Board of Supervisors, May 8th, 25 agenda, May 15th, 25, Marie DeGangi, to inspect the township files pertaining to EV clearing for its commercial business and property, May 15th, Pete Warren, electrical building or zoning permits for residential solar energy from April 1st, 25 to April 30th, 25. May 23rd, 25, Marie DeGangi, documents, written instructions, training materials, and policies instituted by the township and provided to the presently elected officials, appointed members of the township commissions, boards, and township employees as to the proper handling and retention of public records created whether on township electronic devices or their personal electronic devices, and records of presently elected officials, appointed members of township commissions, boards, and township employees, including any open records officers attending training classes, whether in person or in line, related to the Open Records Act or Records Retention Act. May 29th of '25, Marissa Vila, Trinity Solar, permits issued regarding installation of a solar energy system at 559 Peach Glen, Idaville Road, Gardeners. June 3rd of '25, Pete Warren, Solar Brokers, land use permits for residential solar energy from May 1st of '25 through May 31st of '25. Next meetings, the Planning Commission is on Monday, June 23rd at 7. Narima is at July 2nd at 6 at Manalawan. And our next meeting is July 10th at 7. Okay. Public comment.
This right to know request number 8, is that for a home?
They asked for any permits we issue for residential solar. They just want to know if we issued any permits for solar systems.
And that would not mean that a farm was going into solar?
No, that means they're asking any permits we issued.
Okay, I just wanted to
Yeah,
clarify.
that's the question. Okay?
I just have a quick question.
Yes.
The fees for the permitting,
Yeah.
so what you guys approved, is that now increased, so like you guys have the increased rate? Would you be able to tell
Yeah,
me what went up, or give me a copy of that? or-
Yeah, we can get you a copy. We'll put it on, well, actually, I'll probably put it on the website once we get it finalized.
Oh, okay, all right, thank
But
you.
we'll post it here as well.
Okay, how's it?
Yep. Mr. Waldron?
Yeah, NAREMA, what is that an acronym for?
Northern Adams Regional Emergency Management Association.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Yes. Marie DeGangi? I'm going to remind you, please be professional, and if you
I'm
are
always
all...
professional, but when I'm interrupted, I don't appreciate it.
Ma'am? Enough.
Excuse me, I have the floor, I believe. Okay, when I came in here, in reference to my right to know request for the training on the open records, I have not received, that has not been fulfilled yet.
You received a reply, correct?
I received a reply with a 200-page manual, which is online, and I sent you a memo about it indicating the rest was not fulfilled and not mentioned in that request.
You received a response to the right to know request.
I'm sorry?
You received a response to the right to know request.
Okay, so when I came in here to review the binders that were going to be destroyed, I was surprised that all of the people here have personal emails that they work with. And there was an open records request from Dorcas Lear back in 2020. And Pat had put a memo out to everybody that after consulting with the Open Records Office in Harrisburg, I'm obligated to reply to the requester and must ask each of you to search your computers and emails. So I was a little surprised, maybe I shouldn't be. Paul Geis replied, I delete all emails soon after reading them, so I do not have copies of any correspondence.
Can we have a quick recess time?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, let's have a recess. We'll be right back, guys. Girls. Okay, Marie, you have 3 more minutes to talk, and we were not, as I said many times, we are not going to answer any of your questions. You can make 3 minutes of comments.
Okay, if you don't answer questions here, where do we get our residents get their questions answered? Is this by emails, what? How do you, as elected officials, answer our questions as residents?
If your questions pertain to business we discussed tonight, we will
Yeah.
answer them. If they don't, we're not going to answer them,
And
okay?
this was my right to know request that I'm discussing, where I came in and asked for those files that were going to be destroyed.
You have 3 minutes, ma'am.
Okay, so Paul Geiston deletes all his emails as soon as he reads them. Also, Roxy Sobel, who is an elected official as tax collector and on the secretary to the planning commission. I don't really have much, some minutes and an agenda. The first sheet is an email, blah, blah, blah. I delete my trash in my email account, so she only had them as far back as April 23, and I think this was actually in June. So I'd like to know, as the open records officer, is it usual for people here, the employees, et cetera, to just willy-nilly delete emails that are actually township records? We have Laura Hope, who is an auditor, and we had, who is the other one? What's her name?
Susie.
I'm sorry?
Susie.
Susie. Her phone automatically deletes. It doesn't seem like this township follows the laws and the statutes, but you expect the residents to abide by all the ordinances, et cetera. It seems a little unfair. It seems there's no integrity. And you have a solicitor sitting here who's a municipal attorney. He's an officer of the court. Under the Criminal Act, and he could verify this, that you are not allowed to tamper or destroy records, public records. There was a discussion, hearing in Harrisburg on the Sunshine Act, et cetera, and they're gonna be making changes, and I'm gonna make sure I have a voice there. Because people deleting emails using their personal devices, it's wrong.
Thank you for your opinion.
No, it's a fact.
Thank you for your opinion, because you are wrong, ma'am. I know you don't think you were ever wrong, but you are wrong.
No,
And
It's
I'll
in the
tell you why.
Sunshine Act,
You only
dude.
have to save the minutes as long as they have pertinent information. You don't have to save every email you ever receive, okay? So,
okay, how did we know whether these emails, I mean, Ms. Sobel said she trashes everything. This is what I don't understand.
okay, thank you for your comment.
Okay,
I'll make a motion for adjournment. Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?